Today is October 2nd, Thursday, October 2nd. Happens to be the Lord Ramchandra, Bhagavan Ramchandra Vijayotsav, as well as Madhvacharya appearance day also. So we'll speak something about both of them very briefly at the end. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Let's sing it together. Naраयणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपाकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 13, Shloka number 25. Maitreya Uvacha
Maitreya Vacha.
Ango Swamedham Rajarshir
Ango Swamedam Rajarshi.
Ango Swamedham Rajarshim Rashir
Ango Swamedam Rajashri.
अजहार महाक्रतुम
Ajahar Mahakratum.
अजहार महाक्रतुम
Ajahar Mahakratum.
नाजग्मुर्देवतास्तस्मिन्
नाजगुर्देवता तस्मिन्.
नाजग्मुर्देवतास्तस्मिन्
नाजगुर्देवतास्तस्मिन्.
आहुता ब्रह्मवादिभिः
आहुत ब्रह्मवादिभिः.
आहुता ब्रह्मवादिभिः
आहुत ब्रह्मवादिभिः.
मैत्रेय उवाच
मैत्रेय उवाच.
अङ्गोऽस्वमेधं राजर्षे
अङ्गो स्वमेनं राजश्री.
आजहार महाक्रतुम्
आजहार क्रतुम्.
नाजग्मुर्देवतास्तस्मिन्
नाजगुर्देवतास्तस्मिन्.
आहुता ब्रह्मवादिभिः
आहुत ब्रह्मवादिभिः. मैत्रेय उवाच.
मैत्रेय उवाच
अश्वमेधं राजसि.
अङ्गोऽश्वमेधं राजर्षेर् आजहार महाकृतम्
नाजगुर्देवतास्तस्मिन्.
नाजग्मुर्देवतास्तस्मिन्
आहुत ब्रह्मवादिभिः.
आहुता ब्रह्मवादिभिः
मैत्रेय उवाच.
मैत्रेय उवाच
अश्वमेधं राजर्षि.
अङ्गोऽश्वमेधं राजर्षेर्
जहार महाक्रतुम्.
आजहार महाकृतुम्
नाजग्मुर्देवतास्तस्मिन्.
नाजग्मुर्देवतास्तस्मिन्
आहुत ब्रह्मवादिभिः.
आहुता ब्रह्मवादिभिः मैत्रेय उवाच अङ्गोऽश्वमेधं राजर्षेर् आजहार महाक्रतुम् Na jagmur devatas tasmin ahuta brahmavadibhi. Word for word. Maitreya vacha.
Maitreya Vacha.
Maitreya answered.
Maitreya answered.
Angaha.
Angaha.
King Anga.
King Anga.
Ashwamedham.
Ashwamedham.
Ashwamedha sacrifice.
Ashwamedha sacrifice.
Rajarishi.
Rajarshi.
The saintly king.
The saintly king.
Ajahara.
Ajahara.
Executed.
Executed.
Mahakritum.
Mahapratham.
Great sacrifice.
Great sacrifice.
Na.
No.
Not.
Not.
Ajagmu.
Ajagmu.
Came.
Him.
Devata.
Devata.
The demigods.
The demigod.
Tasmin.
Tasmin.
In that sacrifice.
In that sacrifice.
Ahuta.
Ahuta.
Being invited.
Being invited.
Brahmavadibhi.
Brahmavadini.
By the Brahmanas.
By the Brahmanas.
Expert in executing sacrifices.
Expert in executing sacrifice.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Arvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Maitreya replied, My dear Vidur, once the great king Ang arranged to perform the great sacrifice known as Ashwamedha Yagna. Ashwamedha. All the expert Brahmins at present knew how to invite the demigods. But in spite of their efforts, no demigods participated or appeared in that sacrifice. Purport. A Vedic sacrifice is not an ordinary performance. The demigods used to participate in such sacrifices, and the animals sacrificed in such performance were reincarnated with new life. In this age of Kali, there are no powerful Brahmins who can invite the demigods or give renewed life to animals. Formerly, the Brahmins were conversant in Vedic mantras, could show the potency of the mantras. But in this age, because there are no such Brahmins, all such sacrifices are forbidden. The sacrifice in which horses were offered was called Ashwamedha. Sometimes cows were sacrificed. Gavalambha, not for eating purpose, but to give them new life in order to show the potency of the mantra. In this age, therefore, the only practical yagna is Sankirtan yagna, or chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra 24 hours a day. Om Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Teshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripastamham vande Shri Guru Dinataran Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwar. Harir Nama eva kevalam kalo nasteva gatiranyatha. Once again, the translation. Srimate replied, My dear Vidur, once the great king Anga arranged to perform the great sacrifice known as Ashwamedh. All the expert Brahmins present knew how to invite the demigods, but in spite of their efforts, no demigods participated or appeared in the sacrifice. So this shloka is in response to Vidurji's inquiry or wanting to know what happened in that Vedic sacrifice. The previous verse yesterday, our His Grace Praninath Prabhu spoke on that verse yesterday. So, in that verse, the inquiry was that Vidur requested Maitreya, my dear Brahman, you are well conversant with all subjects, both past and future. Therefore, I wish to hear from you all the activities of King Vena. I am your faithful devotee, so please explain. So, he very wonderfully explained how a disciple should be very much subservient and in the mood of service and mood of, you know, not that I want to challenge, not that I want to know more, but just want to hear from the Guru. And that is the mood Vidurji was asking Maitreya Muni. And here the Maitreya Muni keeping the conversation going is sharing that this Anga, Raja Anga, did the sacrifice or arranged the sacrifice, but there were all the expert Brahmins were there, but none of the demigods appear in the sacrifice, or they knew how to invite them. They all knew the sequence and the process and how it should be done. But just knowing or having the information is not enough. There are other criterias where demigods really, um, you know, have to be fulfilled in order for them to accept the fire sacrifice or sacrifices or their share that is given in the fire sacrifice. So further in the story, we'll come to know why that happened and what are the remedies for the same. But here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada very expertly taking the opportunity of sharing that what is permitted, what is not permitted, and how what is practical for this age. For you and me, listening or reading this scripture, how it is relevant for us at this day and age. So, Srila Prabhupada very wonderfully sharing that the sacrifices are part of Vedas for sure. Vedas recommend doing these sacrifices, but there are preconditions. There are conditions. There are things that have to be, met in order for us to perform these sacrifices. So, Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma or Vedic culture, Vedic scriptures are condemned by those who really don't have proper understanding. Oh, you're condemning, you're propagating ahimsa or non-violence, but in your scriptures this is mentioned. But not knowing the full picture, not knowing the understanding of who is supposed to perform this, when is it supposed to be performed, that without knowing that, they'll just start criticizing. So especially for Kali Yuga, as Srila Prabhupada mentions very nicely, that these sacrifices are completely forbidden, especially the Gomeda Yajna or any kind of fire sacrifice in the animal sacrifice is completely banned or not recommended or not suggested. Even though this is there in the scriptures, not everyone is on the same is on the same page. And I came to know that there are still there are few Shakti Pithas and other places where animal sacrifices are done till today, which is very sad that our scriptures are not followed entirely, and all the local folk stories and the the rituals that are performed for ages that are taking importance rather than what is the real goal of life. All this fire sacrifice or the animal sacrifice are sprouting from what? Sprouting from the unfulfilled desires of the individuals, that okay, if I get this, I will do this. And not having the right understanding or real understanding of whatever we are achieving in this material world, whatever is associated with the body, is very, very temporary. And not that is given to you or that is made available to you by that sacrifice, it is that is not the fact that it was already prescribed, or the happiness or pain, whatever the material advancement, whatever we were supposed to get, we will get it no matter what. So thinking that I will achieve more material advancement, or something that is not there in my prarabdha, or not, I'm not something that I'm not supposed to get, I will achieve, or I'll avoid something that is coming on my way by doing this kind of mindless activity of sacrificing this innocent animal, which is really very sad part. And you know being in Kali Yuga, and things are going to get more worse. So I don't know how much we can think of getting that situation better. But we can all pray, because Srila Prabhupada has mentioned here in the last sentence very amazingly that in this age, therefore, the only practical yajna is Sankirtan yajna, or chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, 24 hours a day. And that is the recommendation and suggestion for us. Now, we might think that 24 hours a day is probably not possible for us because we are resting some hours, and some hours we have to do work, some hours, some of the number of hours during the day. There are activities that I'm not directly chanting Krishna's name or not directly serving. But as long as Krishna says to Arjun that think of me and fight. So that is the mood here, that we have to take shelter of Krishna and take the position of a servant. And whatever the service that is given to us is, I'm doing it for Krishna. If we have that mood, that uh, mentality, then we are definitely participating in this Sankirtan Yajna. Or being in that mood, we are trying to remember Krishna 24 by 7. Thinking of this or having this, reading this, I am remembered of, I think it was Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj or some senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada. We call them seniors now, but at that time their age was merely 20, 25 when Srila Prabhupada started to preach them. So I remember reading this, that our Vrindavan temple, Krishna Balaram temple, was being built, and local individuals or local people, uh, they were they had a fear of this cement and other metal or some important building material, to be stolen. So some devotees would really technically guard overnight by being around, by not being able to sleep or just sleep on the cement bags. And I think one of the devotees asked Srila Prabhupada that, Srila Prabhupada, we are doing this and we are not able to really, you know, be able to concentrate on our chanting, or sometimes we have a problem. So Srila Prabhupada said, you all are trying to build temple here for Krishna. Krishna is building the house for you. You're building Krishna's house here. He is building your house over there. And the you trying to serve Krishna and remember Krishna and doing service for Krishna is 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 something that takes priority over, you know, not caring about Krishna's property and chanting uh, with full concentration. So he appreciated devotees serving in that mood. So the take home message from that example is that we have to do whatever it takes for the service. Not that the Hare Krishna mantra actually means, oh God, oh God's energy, oh Krishna, who is all attractive, oh Lord Ramchandra, or oh Rama, who is all pleasure giving or topmost enjoyer, oh Mother Hara, Radharani, please engage me in your service. And when the service comes, we say, no, no, I have chanting, I have to finish my chanting. You know, when that's what I am very expert at doing. Jai Shri Shri Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Bhagavan ki jai, Nitai Patita Pawan Gaurari ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. We are, on one hand, we are asking for service, and when the service comes, we try to, you know, bring about our chanting as a priority. That okay, I cannot do this service. Of course, our 99% of our spiritual advancement and our service depends on our japa, our sadhana is most important. But the but we have to really pay attention to our service, because Srila Prabhupada mentioned bhakti as loving devotional service. It is the service attitude that is going to get us engaged, and that's where we get our nourishment. That Madhavati thi bhakti janani jatane palana kari. We in the assembly of devotees, when we see others doing very nice service, we have the desire, and our the bhakti or the desire to serve Krishna is reawakened or being born in the assembly of devotees. So while chanting, we have to definitely put full effort in finishing our rounds early in the morning and do whatever it takes. That is the number one priority for us. And I'm speaking for myself that that I need to really be sincere about that. So that's what I had in mind to share about the shloka. We'll speak some little thing about um, uh, Lord Ramchandra Vijayasthav and Dashara. So here I, I was just trying to search. Dashara, actually Dasera, we call it Dasera, but it's Vijayadashmi. This is celebrated as also Mahishasura Mardini, Durga Devi, who killed Mahishasur today. So this is also very important, um, significant day. Now, before coming to Krishna consciousness, my family were Lord Shiva and Durga Devi worshippers. So I heard from my mother that in Devi Bhagavat, in the beginning, there is a demon that needs to be killed. And how Durga Devi or Devi comes into being who will kill this demon is that Lord Brahma, जय श्री राधा गोपी जनल भगवान की जय, निताई पतित पावन गौर हरि की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय. So all these devatas, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Bhagwan Shankar, Brahma ji, and Bhagwan Vishnu actually gives the energy from their side, one, and then they give each one of them, they give different astra shastra, and that's how this Devi actually um, is capable, or she kills this Mahishasur, Mahishasur, the buffalo, a demon, the Mahish. And this also Dashera actually comes from the derived word from Sanskrit called Dashahara, literally means Dashanan or Ravan. That is uh, it's a short form or short name for Ravan. So Dasha and Hara is to defeat or kill. So this is Dasahara. And Ramchandra Vijayotsav also is after killing this Lord Ramchandra's victory over, Ravan and Mother Sita, who he kidnapped. And the Mother Sita is, very respectfully brought back. And the killing of Ravana is still till date um, is ceremoniously, celebrated, or the effigy of Ravan is burnt in several parts of the world. This is commemorating the, uh, the victory over inauspiciousness or evilness towards the auspiciousness or goodness. Lord Ramchandra actually, it does not matter how great of a scholar you are, or how great of a king you are, or how much wealth you have. If we have, if one has the behavior like um, Ravan, people will condemn you, even though it doesn't matter um, how much material opulences you have. But on the contrary, if you don't have anything, but if you're surrendered to Krishna, one is surrendered to Krishna, then the person like Vibhishan, leaving all the opulences, and in one sense, when he made that move, Ravan had everything, all the army and everything, very less chance of Lord Ramchandra winning the war, if you think logically, that only monkeys and all the other animals on one side, and this on the other side is big, big, you know, uh, army. So there was actually no comparison. But being the servant of Lord Ram and knowing what is correct, knowing what is the right thing to do, Vibhishan is celebrated as the Bhakta or the devotee of Krishna. So, um, Sri Ramachandra Vijayotsav ki jai. Today also happens to be Madhvacharya, Sri Madhvacharya's appearance day. Madhvacharya is the principal acharya of our, uh, Guru Shishya Parampara, that we have Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Vaishnava Sampradaya or Brahma Sampradaya. There are four authorized um, sampradaya of Vaishnavism or worshipping Lord Vishnu, then this one is ours, where Gaudiya Vaishnavism that we are practicing or is called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So other three are Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, and Kumar Sampradaya, which are four Kumaras are there. Um, Madhvacharya was born in Udupi. There is a village, another, I remember the name of the village was also near Udupi. And at the age of 5, he took initiation. And at the age of 12, he left the home and took sannyas. He's also considered the incarnation of Vayudev. And
Pajaka Kshetra.
sorry, bro,
Pajaka Kshetra.
Pajak Kshetra. Thank you, bro. So, um, uh, Vayudev, and he had this amazing ability to jump from wherever he is to his mother whenever his mother remembered him. So it doesn't matter where he was, if his mother would think of him, then he would jump from wherever he was to that place. And Madhvacharya's Vedanta Sutra commentary, Purna Pragna Bhashya, establishes the doctrine known as Shuddha Dvaitavad. So we have Achintya Bheda Tattva that is shared, that is explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Vishishta Advaitavad or Shuddha Advaitavad, Vishishta Advaitavad is also um, another philosophy or the understanding that this is the Krishna, or is the incarnation or the expansion of Krishna is Vishishta Advaita, and this is Shuddha Advaita Vad is propagated or shared doctrine as Madhvacharya uh, has uh, popularized or shared to remove the understandings of impersonalism. God being, or ultimate reality being the energy or the source of some light, or that has been you know crushed by the this doctrine, or crushed the Mayavad philosophy, and established the devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is uh, shared by or propagated by Madhvacharya. There is a lot can be said about Madhvacharya. There is a wonderful, um, very wonderful website called Gaudiya History, or ISKCON Desiratory has very wonderful pastimes described and shared. So I take this opportunity to urge everyone to dig more into the pastimes of Madhvacharya, and also Vijayadashmi, Lord Ramchandra's miraculous, um, you know, killing of Ravana. He is actually, he's actually, uh, he won't be killed, and every time the one head is cut off, he had the Amrit Kumbh, or the nectar in his Navi, in his navel area, that would make the any hand or head cut, it would regrow immediately. And then Vibhishan explains or shares that you have to remove the Amrut Kumbh, the nectar pot, or the in his Nabhi. That's how Ravan is killed. We all know the story, but it is important that we, glorify on the day so that we get purified. This is what I could share. If there is anything else anyone wants to add to for the occasion or whatever I've shared, please forgive me if I said something uh, that was not appropriate. Please forgive me, and really grateful for the opportunity to serve. I have no qualification or realization to say anything on this amazing subject matter, but very grateful for the opportunity. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधु पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय।
Praise Krishna Prabhu ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Actually, Prabhu, Madhvacharya was also direct disciple of Vyasadeva. He that story was shared. अब बंद कर दी।
नहीं, चालू है आपका
बोलिए।
वेद वाक्य चालू है, बोलिए।
बोल-
अरे बोलिए बोलिए।
So yeah, he was direct disciple of Vyasadeva, and he was sharing right Prabhuji, our Jayananda Gauranga Prabhu, about the life of Madhvacharya. He said that one day what happened, he wrote something, he wrote that Bhashya, whatever, and then he wanted to get it authorized, proofread. He went to Vyasadeva and got it proofread, and then he was going, all his disciples were following. So at one point, a mountain came. So he said to his disciple, "You go back from here." And thank you, sir. You go back. But they said, "No, they'll follow." So he said, "You will not able to follow me." But they wanted to follow. So what he jumped from one mountain to another mountain to meet Vyasadeva. But disciples couldn't match him. So they went back. So he used to go, he stayed and he moved there. So that is what I heard from Jan and Goran.
Thank you, brother. So Prabhuji was sharing that Madhvacharya is direct disciple of Vyasadeva, and he wrote this scripture, and he wanted to proofread or authorized by Vyasadeva. He wanted to go meet him, and the disciples also followed. But then there are some series of mountains were there, so he told the disciples that you guys go back. I will go get this, you know, go meet Vyasdev. But disciples were saying, no, no, we want to follow. But then he started jumping mountain to mountain, and then the disciples couldn't go. Was shared by Jayananda Gauranga Prabhu, and our Rohinananda Prabhu heard that. So I just wanted to share about the glories of Madhvacharya.
And also he got the BT of Udupi Krishna, that it was very heavy. Yes, it came from the river, I think, and nobody could lift it, but only Madhvacharya came, lifted it, and installed in Udupi.
Yeah, in the size, Udupi Krishna looks very small, but
it
was very heavy. No one could lift. And then Madhvacharya picked that deity of Vigraha up and established the service of Udupi Krishna. What we are so fortunate to go and see them take their darshan now also. Thank you all again. I'll turn off the Zoom. Hare Krishna.